New York is bracing for a big, bruising fight for control of the governor's office next year. Kathy Hochul is running for re-election, even though her approval ratings are below 50%. North Country Congresswoman and top MAGA Republican Elise Stefanik is signaling a run against her. So is Hudson Valley Congressman Mike Lawler. The jockeying and positioning is already on. One of New York's top Democrats took it to Stefanik's home turf over the weekend. AOC in the NC. That's today's story of the day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Morja Wealth Management, serving the North Country for 3 generations. MorjaWM.com. Securities offered through Hightower Securities, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Hightower is an SEC-registered investment advisor. And Kinney Drugs, now offering specialized home medical equipment and supplies. Learn more at kinneyhomecare.com.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Tuesday, July 22nd. First up, a longtime town supervisor in Essex County will retire at the end of this year. Sean Gilliland is in his 12th year as Willsboro Town Supervisor and 6th year as chair of the county's Board of Supervisors. He told the Adirondack Daily Enterprise he's looking to reduce the stress in his life after an intense operation last November. He also said the state of national politics is fairly caustic and doesn't sync up with his moderate Republican views. Gilliland said he was proud to make some advancements in Willsboro, including improving the parks, replacing the wastewater treatment plant, and winning many grants. Gilliland will still be on the ballot this November on the independent Willsboro-Reber party line, but he said he won't accept another term if he wins. In his retirement, he plans to spend more time on his farm. A third Democrat has entered the race to challenge Republican Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Tenney's district stretches from the Thousand Islands and Watertown all the way into western New York. Her latest Democratic challenger is criticizing Tenney's support for federal funding cuts. Grant Ashley reports for the New York Public News Network.
Lockport resident Alyssa Ellman launched her campaign on Friday, writing in a Blue Sky post that New Yorkers across the district are, quote, fed up with Claudia Tenney. According to her website, Ellman served in Afghanistan and was working at the Office of Veterans Affairs when she was fired in March during a round of staffing cuts made by the Trump administration. Ellman has publicly defended her former coworkers at the VA, including during this MSNBC town hall in April.
And I feel like it's just so very important to talk about not just myself, but my coworkers who work so hard to provide benefits, even when it's inconvenient, even when federal systems break. We work overtime. We exceed our production numbers on a regular basis. And to characterize us as terrible people or people who are lining their pocket with federal dollars is a lie.
Ellman's campaign launch is setting the stage for a 3-way Democratic primary next year. She joins 2 past congressional challengers in small business owner Diana Kastenbaum of Batavia and military veteran Stephen Holden of Camillus. Data from the Cook Political Report considers the 24th the most Republican congressional district in New York. Tenney won re-election last year with nearly 66% of the vote. For the New York Public News Network, I'm Grant Ashley.
New York is the 3rd most expensive state for renters. That's according to a recent nationwide study by the National Low-Income Housing Association. The report finds that California and Hawaii are the 2 most expensive states for rent, putting New York in 3rd place. According to the study, a person would have to earn about $20 an hour to afford a 2-bedroom unit at fair market rent in non-metro areas of New York State. Rising rent prices in New York come as housing prices are increasing across the Northeast and Midwest. Housing prices are falling in the western and southern parts of the country, most prominently in Florida. One of the most high-profile Democrats in the country came to Plattsburgh over the weekend. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez held a town hall to speak against President Donald Trump's massive policy bill, and she did it in the district of an equally high-profile Republican, Elise Stefanik. Kara Chapman reports.
Half an hour before the doors open, a line of hundreds of people winds around the block from the Strand Center Theater. They're all hoping to get into a town hall featuring Democratic Representatives Paul Tonko of the Capital Region and, in particular, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York City. The event is billed as a discussion of Republicans' One Big Beautiful Bill and its impact on New Yorkers. Joan Sable says a big priority for her is Democrats regaining control of the House, and she thinks that's why Ocasio-Cortez came to Plattsburgh.
And she's trying to help every way she can, and also listen to the concerns of this community, because Elise doesn't.
Meanwhile, a pro-Trump group walks up and down the line, handing out many American flags.
God bless, baby. God bless.
Nick Passano of Plattsburgh says he's with the group, called the MAGA Boys, who are protesting Ocasio-Cortez's appearance so far from her district in the Bronx and Queens.
We want to be separate from the city. We don't want the policies. We don't want the ideology. We just want to live our lives. But for some reason, they crawl up here and spew their policies and their ideologies, and we want nothing to do with it. They're trash.
Passano says his group's next objective is to send Republican Elise Stefanik, who represents this district, to the governor's mansion.
We're going to get Kathy Hochul out, and we believe Elise Stefanik is going to run, and we're going to support her.
Stefanik has hinted at a run for governor, but hasn't officially thrown her hat in the ring. In a statement released ahead of the town hall, Stefanik's office said North Country residents reject Ocasio-Cortez's policies, like gun bans and defunding the police. It's estimated that 1,700 people show up to see Ocasio-Cortez. A spillover crowd of 800 gathers on the Arts Center lawn next door. Ocasio-Cortez and Tonko come out to address them as rain pours down. The Congresswoman says their willingness to be there should send a strong message to Republicans about the impacts of their One Big Beautiful Bill.
We are not going to let them get away with this. We are not going to allow someone like Elise Stefanik to take health care away from her own people and think that she's going to run for governor of this state now.
The One Big Beautiful Bill is expected to reduce Medicaid spending by $1 trillion over the next 10 years and result in millions losing their health insurance. Stefanik lauded passage of the legislation and has said the changes will strengthen and secure Medicaid. At the town hall, Tonko rails against the massive policy bill.
It's a big, beautiful betrayal that is not pretty. It is a beastly outcome for the working families, Americans across this country of all age demographics.
Ocasio-Cortez calls upon the audience to step up.
Plattsburgh, we cannot let things be easy on anyone here who's participating in this. Every single Republican at every level of government in the state of New York must be challenged, point blank, period.
She says that includes Stefanik.
Let's show her the door, Plattsburgh. She's not welcome here anymore.
Stefanik's office seemed unconcerned about the town hall. A spokesman characterized the event as a political gift that was, quote, like pouring jet fuel on Elise Stefanik's strong support in upstate New York. Ocasio-Cortez and Tonko don't take questions from the press. They take audience questions during the town hall. A 10-year-old named Finnegan asked Ocasio-Cortez if she's going to run for president.
I don't know, we'll see, but I know with support from people like you, you make me feel like I can do anything, so thank you.
For those who show up, it isn't just about getting the chance to see Ocasio-Cortez. Catherine Henry from Canton says it's about politically like-minded people coming together.
Hope has been hard to come by, and so by seeing how many people have showed up to this event, it really has brought me hope and really made me feel like we are still a community, even though things are shifting and changing as we're just sitting here right now.
Ocasio-Cortez says the event isn't a one-and-done deal, and that she and Tonko are committed to Plattsburgh and Clinton County. Kara Chapman, North Country Public Radio, Plattsburgh.
It's time for one of those little old podcast reminders. If you're listening to this on the radio, which I love, but you miss the show sometimes, consider subscribing to the podcast version. It's the same thing. It's free, but it goes automatically to your phone or iPad or laptop an hour earlier than on the radio, and you can listen whenever you want, even when there's no cell signal in the car or at camp. So keep up with North Country news and voices all the time. Don't miss an episode of this show. Subscribe to the podcast of Story of the Day wherever you get your podcasts, or go to ncpr.org/podcast for more details. Music today by Christopher Watts and B. Children, both of Canton. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.